Hey everyone, it's Pat from Pat Do Music. Thank you for joining me for another video, and today is about making sure that you don't miss another practice session, okay? I've got 3 great tips that I use all the time and have used for years to make sure that I don't miss a practice session. Now, things are always going to come up. Someone's going to invite you out, or you're going to need a new job, or you've got too much work to do, or there's a family thing, or pandemic, hey? And things are going to get in the way and stop you from practicing. But if you're doing 1, 2, or even 3 of these things, I promise that you're going to practice at least a little bit more. Playing an instrument isn't about sort of saving up and buying like the best gear and then just sort of looking at it and thinking, oh, I wish I could play this, or I wish I could sound like this. Well, you're never going to get there unless you actually play and practice. And anyone can do anything they want, you just have to put in the time. So 3 different tips coming at you right now. Definitely leave a comment below about what tip that you like the best, 1, 2, or 3. Here's the time links if you're watching this video again. Otherwise, let's dive straight on into tip number 1. Alright, so what we're talking about now, tip number 1 is using a calendar. Okay, whoa, wait, before you click away, you're like, calendar, yeah. Okay, hear me out. So, I'm not talking about maybe a printed one or a book. I mean, that's great if you want to use that. Writing it down and visually seeing it, saying out loud, they're all different techniques you can use to keep it up here. But what I'm talking about is what I use is a digital calendar. It's Google Calendar. You've probably used one or have one already. It syncs up on your phone, laptop, and tablet, so you've always got it. And here's what mine looks like. So today, for example, like I had a run and I had a hike. It's a day off, not just a regular day. But look, I've scheduled in guitar practice. Where I am in the world, okay, it's Monday. So Monday night, non-negotiable. Come home from work, have dinner, family time, all that jazz. Cool, okay. But 8 to 8:30, that's my guitar practice time. It's non-negotiable. Now, the reason why I say Monday, it's at the start of the week, is think of how good you'll feel once Monday's done and you've practiced. All right, well, maybe you want to practice Tuesday, but okay, it's gone. Something came up. Wednesday, drinks at work. Thursday, okay, there's a family event. Friday night, you decide to stay home, spend time with the family. Maybe you can squeeze in another half an hour. Amazing. But how it starts is by planning. So put those times in your calendar and just try and stick to them. It's in your calendar, it has to happen. It needs to become a habit, just like breathing, just like eating, just like going to the shops. Okay, it's Monday, all right, well, I'm gonna practice guitar because I wanna get better, and the only way to get better is to actually put in the time. That's it, okay? So use Google Calendar, it's free. Put it in, you can have it so it repeats every single week. You could have practice sessions like Monday and Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. Whatever works for you, just try and put in like a half an hour chunk, even if it's once a week. Think to yourself, if you practiced half an hour a week for an entire year, how good would you be? Hey, that's what we're talking about. Make that minimum half an hour a week goal. If you can do more, awesome. If you can do less, that's great too, but stick to it and use a calendar. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2. Okay, tip number 2, this might be a little bit surprising. Put your guitar in your TV room. What? Okay, put your guitar in your living room, in your family room. As long as you don't have like little toddlers that can pull it down, something like that. Keep your guitar on a stand in its case if you're a little bit worried. Don't just have it sort of precariously standing up against the couch. It will fall down. The neck will fall off, and I'm not going to buy you a new one. So keep it in its case or on a stand. Now, the reason is, okay, is this you? Okay, this is me, so is this you? Does it sound like you? You come home from work, you're tired, okay, you talk to the family, blah, 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 maybe you grab a beer or you have dinner, okay, you sit down and you want to watch TV. I understand. We all do that, hey, you want to relax for a little bit, amazing. Okay, you finish a show, stop. Before you let Netflix just carry on with another episode, before you decide, you scroll and you're trying to work out a different show, okay, pick up your guitar, and right then and there, in your living room, on your couch, put on like a video on YouTube on your phone, play along, learn a tip, learn a new chord, practice that, just noodle away. Maybe you could, if you've got an acoustic guitar, great. Electric guitar, you can still hear it if it's not plugged in. The idea is to just practice. Do whatever it takes to practice. Okay, you practice for a little bit, you're working on that riff, you're working on that solo, whatever, 10, 20 minutes goes by and you're like, oh yeah, I don't really feel like playing anymore. Amazing. Put the guitar away. Watch another show. All right, you've watched another show, maybe you feel like playing the guitar again. Maybe you want to finish that riff, finish that lick. Maybe you want to put in some more time. Maybe you want to practice tapping or speed, something just for fun. Well, the guitar's just there. So you're trying to get rid of the speed bumps, get rid of all those roadblocks that are in the way The guitar's literally right next to you. Just pick it up, put it on your lap, sit on the couch and jam away. I would say if you can, to pause the show, to turn off the TV, just focus on what you're doing. If the guitar's out of tune, you'll learn those sounds. So make sure it's in tune and make sure you're focusing on what you're doing rather than just sort of riffing away with the TV on and not sort of making that mental connection. So pause the TV, you're already in the living room, the guitar's already there. That's tip number 2. What do you think? Do you like that tip? Something I still do. I always have a guitar in my living room. Every now and again feel like jamming, or I hear a cool like melody on a video game or something and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if I can work that out. That's tip number 2. Okay, tip number 3, the final tip of this video, don't break the chain. Okay, it's a fantastic game. I use it for so many different things, whether it's running and weightlifting, walking, okay, eating healthy. It's a great game that you could do with anything. So called Don't Break the Chain. So again, this revolves around, oh, don't click away just yet, using a calendar. Now that could be, again, a physical calendar like this, something that's hung up on a wall. That might be easiest for this activity. A printed calendar that you can just print out from Google, or it could be Google Calendar, right? The idea, you can even just use notes on your phone, I suppose. That might be quick and easy. The idea is that every time you sit and practice, all right, you play a couple chords. Amazing, okay? You've been playing for 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is. Cool, all right? Do a little bit of an X. Make a note, make a tab. Remind yourself that, okay, you did make a mark and you did practice that day. Amazing, all right? The next day rolls around. You sort of feel like playing guitar again. You play a couple of chords, riff out a little bit, practice your soloing. Amazing, okay, make another mark. Now you're on a chain of 2. Okay, fantastic. A third day rolls around. Okay, for whatever reason, you're really compelled to maybe start learning your bar chords. You really want 2022 to be a different year. Amazing, you're now on a streak of 3. You've got that chain of 3, well done. Okay, 4th day rolls around and car breaks down, you can't practice, or you're invited to afternoon drinks, or you've just had a really hard day and you don't want to practice. I get it, happens to me. All right, well you've got a top score of 3. Start that chain again. Can you beat that chain? If you don't, if you just get 2 or 1, that's okay. But try and remember that your high score is now 3. Kind of like a video game. The following week, maybe, all right, maybe you get through 4 practice days in a row. That's amazing. Maybe you're so dedicated you bring your guitar to work. That would be a little bit crazy, but maybe, hey, it'll be okay at your workplace. Maybe you work from home. Amazing. Maybe you get through 4 or 5 days in a row. That's incredible. So the idea is that you try and keep building that streak and try and keep building that score till at the end of the year, maybe you've got a score of 11 or 10 or even 7, even practicing 7 days in a row. That is amazing. And I guarantee for some people watching the video, hey, your guitar's been getting dusty for a little while and maybe this is the kick. Maybe this is the kick in the backside that you need, hey? We all need a little bit of motivation. So don't break the chain. Every day you practice consecutively, meaning in a row, you build up a score. What's the highest score that you can get? Let me know in the comments below. Well done for making it to the end of the video. So quick recap, okay? So perhaps you have the guitar now in your living room. Amazing, fantastic. It's always there. Pick it up, watch a show, play a little bit more, watch a show, play a little bit more. Fantastic. Without you even realizing, you're practicing every day, every second day. Fantastic. Another idea, okay? Grab your calendar, Google Calendar, write it in. Once it's in your calendar, make sure you're getting a notification on your phone. Oh, it's 7:30. It's time for me to practice guitar. Schedule it so it's weekly. So you only have to do it once and it's done for an entire year, okay? Use the Google Calendar. And the last idea, of course, is don't break the chain. How many days can you practice in a row? 2, 3? Try and work on that high score the entire year. You'd be surprised how many extra sessions you put in just because you don't want to break that chain. But that's it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Do you like idea number 1, 2, or 3? Are you compelled to start practicing right now? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.